Hello, my little lambs. Welcome back to me redesigning characters. Hello. I know it's been maybe 5, 6 months since I've redesigned anybody, and I think my last redesign was Garnet. Garnet from Steven Universe. But I think the last one for this series was my god, I'm drawing a blank. I believe it was the nurse. Muja Kina. I believe that was it. But today we're redesigning the second rival, Amai Odayaka. Don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm not Japanese, I am Mexican, alright? So forgive me for any mispronunciations of Japanese names. Okay? Alright. So we're back. And as you can see, I made my girl plus size. And this is to that back to that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Smiley was good. I don't like her. I don't like the woman who said that. But anyways, oh my god, what was I gonna say? Yes, I made her plus size, and because it was kind of a retaliation of the let's see, a retaliation of like that one comment I got from on my amethyst video saying that this amethyst was on Ozempic. She was not. I made her plus size as I could at the time, but I've practiced, and obviously I practiced since then. And look at her. Look at my girl. Look at my girl, Amai. I kept her color palette pretty much the same, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, she's not that different. She's just plus size, and I gave her like more of a shelf outfit or baker outfit, whatever you want to call it. You know, I changed her hair. I didn't really give her a design to her socks because I didn't want to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I kept her pretty much the same. I made her hair kind of a little browner in a sense. Her eyes are a little more they're a darker shade than they normally would be. And then as well, I sort of I don't know. I feel like my style has changed a lot from like the last time you guys saw it. I'm just realizing I forgot to add the shine to her nose as I'm looking at her right now. Yes. Anyway, my design has my style has changed a lot from the last one, and for this one, I kind of went back to my old style, but I honestly might just switch to my newish style. Like honestly, this all like it looks like my current style, but it's not really, because right now the liner is different as you're seeing in my previous video, like in my mental health one, in like oh my gosh, what's another one? Me forgetting and blanking on all my videos and stuff. I think in the one where I'm talking about James Charles, don't like him, fuck that guy. But yeah, my style has relatively changed from like the last time we've done a redesign and stuff. My liner is much more different. I use a different brush, whatever, blah 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 blah. But yes, I just made Amai more cute in my eyes and everything like that. And I kept like her little apron and stuff, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of it for my redesign. Again, as with all characters, sorry, Yandere, but they're all lesbian in my eyes. They're all lesbians. They're all lesbian coded. You just made lesbian coded characters. And I don't feel sorry about that. I don't feel sorry about that. Lesbians live on. But anyways, so if you're new to the series, I redesign Yandere simulated characters, and I read their Wikipedia page or whatever so that we can learn more about them as you're watching this redesign. Because, you know, I really just talked about my redesign, and that was it. That was like 4 minutes and stuff. Meanwhile, I'm not sure how long this one is going to be, but yeah, we just talk about the characters here, and I just read off their facts and whatnot. So anyways, let's get into it. So Amai Odayaka, her role, she's a rival in the 2020X mode. She's club president, 2020X mode. Her class is 2-2. She's in the cooking club. Her persona is Lovestruck, social butterfly in the mission mode, sweet and gentle official website. Her reputation is plus 63 overall. She's liked plus 100, respected plus 100, and feared negative 10. She has a crush on Tari Yamada. She also has a crush on Shoko Tsuruburaya if match made. Okay. Her strength is very weak. She appears weak too. And now she's currently voiced by Gabby Fujita, and she used to be voiced by Kimberly Ann Campbell. Gabby, run away. Girl, run away from Yandere. Run away from the game, please. It's never going to be finished. Run away. Run away. You're not going to be thought of again. Run away. Run away. Run away. I'm just going to keep repeating that. Just run away, girl. Run away, because it gets real messy. Anyway. Amai Odayaka is the second rival of Iono Aishi and the club president of the cooking club in Yandere Simulator. So appearance. Amai has short French beige hair, she has a summer green eyes and thick eyebrows. She wears dusty pink lipstick, and we're not reading that other part because it doesn't matter, it's not relevant, and because she's a teenager. Amai's height is 161 centimeters, 5'3". She wears a school uniform with white slanted mint striped stockings, a greenish cyan kerchief, and a dark mint green apron with baking and flower themed patterns, and the red armband of leadership with a cupcake on her left arm. If the cooking club is disbanded, Amai will remove her armband and apron for the rest of the game. When outside of the school, Amai wears cute, girly, and feminine clothing. On Saturday of the first week, Amai wears short-sleeved mint green t-shirt with a subtle, simple white outline, floral pattern, and a white circle skirt. A light brown belt at her waist, her usual stockings, and mint green shoes. She's just very mint green, which everybody can have their color. Everybody can have their color. But I'm like, goddamn. Like, why don't we just, like, tone it down a little bit, like, with all the mint, you know? Like, I feel like it could be, like, a cute little accent color. But, you know, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I don't know. I just feel like mint is such, like, listen, I like the color mint. I do. It's just, I don't know. In my head, it's just not acceptable. And like my social, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying. And I haven't even eaten a gummy yet. It is 7 in the morning right now. It is literally about to be 8. I'm just, yeah. I'm just weird. I'm weird. Okay, guys. Anyway. Normally, she doesn't wear any accessories at school, but if Shoko Subara gives her accessories while matchmaking, Amai will wear a red bracelet with a cupcake on her left wrist, a dark teal choker with a cupcake attached to it, a yellow cupcake hair clip on the side of her head, a yellow cupcake ring on her right finger. Her phone has a teal case and a cupcake charm hanging off of it. On Saturday, she wore 2 necklaces, one pearl, and the other a simple cord. Girl, enough with the cupcakes. Enough. Oh my god. No. Oh my god. No, he should give her like a souffle one. Because listen, I have a lot of pens, and my sister gave me a lot because her I don't want to say the word dealer, but I guess it kind of was it. Weed, first and foremost, weed dealer. Okay, gave her a lot of pens like whenever she bought stuff and whatnot, like a Blue Dream one. Shout out to Blue Dream, love y'all. But she gave me one where it has like ice cream on it, like a souffle, pineapple ice cream. Like there's so many other like variations of food. Like there's a lot of food out there. There's a lot of cute items, like a cute like thing you could base it off of, like, you know, like cherries, like strawberries, you know. You couldn't give her one of those. I low-key wish I read the Wikipedia because in my head, like, my redesign is so much more different now. I would have kept a mint, but it would have been like in little accent color. God, but anyways, this is a redesign. Maybe one day I'll like redo them. Like I said, I might redo my old ones too because my style has changed a lot, obviously. But anyways, before May 4th, 2002 build, she wore a light mint green apron with a matching trim and a front pocket. Before May 15th, 2024, I'm not reading that. I don't give a fuck. Anyway. Personality. Amai is the president of the school's cooking club. Her culinary skills skills are far beyond anyone her age. Nothing makes her happier than seeing people enjoy the food that she has prepared. Amai will be absent from school during the first week of gameplay, but she will meet Senpai immediately after the events of week 1. At a point in time when Senpai is feeling sad and vulnerable, she will quickly forge a bond with him during a point when Senpai really deeply needs a new friend. With her kind and caring nature, it's easy to see how Senpai could easily fall for her within a week's time. If nobody sends her away, Senpai will belong to her in no time at all. Remember, the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's the description on the official website. The president of the cooking club, someone has been sabotaging her family's bakery, suspicious of the owner of a new bakery. And a description from Infochan, which I'm assuming is something we have to help her with if we take the friendship route. And I don't know. Like, okay, so Yandere, he doesn't think. Men don't think, period. So I'm thinking, like, why, if we decide to go the friendship route with Senpai and get with Taro and, he's sad all of a sudden, whatever, like it doesn't make sense. Like, if we go the friendship route with Osana because she's the first rival, why, like, if we go to the friendship route, like, why would he be sad and depressed? Like, is there going to be like another reason if we decide to go that route, and that he will be depressed, and when he meets Amai, like, like, if like, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, I don't know, it's just very, very weird to me. Like, Yondev doesn't think. He doesn't. Men don't think at all. I mean, hello, we all know what he did. If you're watching this video, I feel like we all know what he did. Anyway, among the personas that are currently implemented, Amai is love-struck. If she witnesses a murder, she will run to Taro Yamada and inform him that there is a corpse on the school grounds. The two would run away from the school and call the police. But if Amai witnesses that Ayana has committed murder, she will run to Taro Yamada and tell Ayano Ayashi and tell him that Ayano Ayashi is the murderer. See, that sentence is incomplete because it says verbatim, she will run to Taro Yamada that Ayano Ayashi is the murderer. That's literally verbatim. Okay? Which causes an automatic game over. She will happily pose for the camera if Ayano aims her phone's camera at her face. In mission mode, Amai is a social butterfly. If she witnesses a murder and sees a corpse, she will run to the nearest populated area and call the police. If Ayano approaches, she will scream for her to go away, and if Ayano commits another murder in her eyesight, she will curl into a ball. Overall, Amai is portrayed a caring and hardworking person. Her life is centered around her family, bakery, and cooking in general. Despite her gentle personality, she isn't naive or insecure. She may stand up for a bully student and privately express her suspicions towards Rei Ando to her family and criticize the existence of the occult, but rarely states her suspicions as an accusation. Almost always ends up saying something to ease the situation, disliking gossip and unwilling to cause unnecessary drama. Despite being a confident person overall, though, Amai can be shy in certain unfamiliar situations, such as during her confession under the cherry blossom tree. Okay, that's interesting to me, only because, like, she has a gentle personality. She may stand up for a bullied student, but at the same time, Amai can be shy in unfamiliar situations. See, to me, that doesn't add up in a sense, because I feel like she would need to have a certain confidence to her to be able to do that. And to me, what this is giving me right now is that she does not have that much confidence. Like, she's confident in her baking skills. Like, you can be confident in a skill, but you cannot, like, you know what I mean? But, like, I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense, but this is me just trying to criticize the writing of this whole game and thinking I can make a whole better game, and I have an idea for it, and it would be like an RPG Maker one, and it'd have like little sprites and everything like that. Like, it would be like, I have this idea in my head for like a whole new, better Yandere Simulator game, and it'd have so many, like, I don't know. It's just like it's in my head, guys. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. Maybe one day, but for now. When Amai was 13 years old, she possessed almost all characteristics of her current self. However, it is explicit that she was very childish and immature. Her embarrassing secret being that she secretly spat in food of a customer who was rude to her mother and bragged about it on the internet, describing the situation as deserved and funny. She was also extremely addicted to anime and video games around that age, spending excessive amounts of time on these activities, but eventually became worried about her wasting her life and cut video games and anime from her life, and claims to be very happy about it. In contrast to her old personality from 5 years ago, Amai is very mature, responsible, and is committed to her duties, to her family's bakery and club, going so far as to have having to attend class online during the first week, and prioritize the quality of food above all else, such as not adopting a cat, so as not a risk for contaminating the food her family prepares despite her wanting a pet cat very much. As a result, most of her thoughts are positive and related to food. Clearly. Clearly. To me, I feel like if she could be obsessed with baking, you know? Like cooking could be her skill, but baking, like I feel like baking could be one of her skills, like her best skill, like, you know, whatever, right? But, you know, whatever. She's written by a man, and if she was written by me, she'd be much more, you know. Amai loves cooking, unable to imagine anything if she would be more passionate about than food. According to her blog on Cypress, her brain is food. The only professions she would pursue if she couldn't cook are artist and gardener, because for her cooking is art and growing plants is similar to preparing food. However, it does have other hobbies, although intertwined with cooking, one of which is posting on social media. She posts about her culinary arts on Site X and other social media platforms called Psychogram. Psychogram? Anyway, where she has around 10,000 followers on having the third largest number of social media followers after Kizana Sunobu. But her follower count could drop significantly if Ayano sabotages her event with Tara on Friday. Being busy with her family's bakery, Mai has never dated anyone and feels extremely worried about spending her whole life without experiencing love and wants a boyfriend who deeply cares for her. Falling for Taro because of his caring personality, although inexperienced with romance, she acts with confidence, persuasion, but focuses on more on demonstrating her care towards Taro instead of pure flirt, not caring about the impression she gives on others or coming off as desperate. During her confession, she said she was doing everything in her power to win his heart. Okay. I don't know. Like, it's stated that she has other hobbies, but right now, nothing's indicating to me that she has any other hobbies that are outside of cooking. You know, like sure, she's very creative. She's very much like that. Like an artist, do we know her skills as an artist? Do we know any of that? We don't. Does she have like a show that she watches? Like, it doesn't have to be anime. It could be like a whole like drama series, you know, like a J drama, a K drama, anything like that. You know what I mean? Does she have any other hobbies outside of cooking? Everything around her is just cooking, cooking, cooking. It feels very much one note, is what I'm getting from Amai. And she's very cute. She's very adorable. Like her design, her normal design, cute. It's all right. I don't know. Like I feel like there could be so much more added to her that just has not been added yet, you know? Like with my character Eden, I have a whole video on her. 2 videos on her actually. If you guys want to find out who Eden is specifically, but Eden, she's a goth character, but she's not the gloomy, dark goth character that we all know. She's strong, she's resilient, she doesn't take any shit, you know? And she has so many hobbies. Like she likes to crochet, she does tarot readings on the side, she likes heavy metal music, she likes to work out first and foremost because her metabolism is very weird because of her half ghost physiology. There's so much to her, and compared to Amai, there's so much to my character versus Amai. There's so much. But anyways, no, now she's actually implemented into the game right now, but apparently she's not finished, which I find very interesting that she's implemented into the game already, even though she's not finished. But whatever. Who am I? I'm not Yandev, that's for sure. No, never talk to a 13-year-old. Anyway, routine. Currently, the regular routine can only be seen in mission mode. No wonder she's not fucking finished. Anyway, regular at 7:05 a.m. Amai enters the school grounds with the other members of the cooking club. She walks to her locker at 7:10, changes from her outdoor shoes to her indoor shoes at 7:15. She walks to the cooking club, prepares food for the rest of the members. Then she walks around the school to give the food to various students. At 8 a.m., Amai walks into classroom 2-2, sits at her desk, plays on her phone. She starts her morning classes at 8:30 a.m., then leaves the classroom at 1 p.m. to eat lunch at the fountain in the plaza. I read that really weird. Anyway, Amai walks back to class at 1:30 p.m., participates in cleaning time between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Afterwards, she heads to the cooking club and stays there until the end of the day. If Ayana joins in club activities, she will prepare a meal from 5:30 to 6 p.m. If the cooking club is disbanded, Amai will stand next to the fountain in the plaza. So I'm assuming this is week 2, and well, I'm assuming it's week 2. So I'm assuming that this is where it gets quote unquote real interesting, but nothing's really interesting in Yandere Simulator. And also, fuck YouTube first and foremost, for its new AI stuff and everything like that. Where Jay had to take down, Jay from the Cub Scouts had to take down his entire Yandere Simulator series because the AI, whatever. You know, if Jay has a whole video, he made a whole video about how he had to delete it and whatnot because of YouTube's stupid ass fucking AI system. Because AI is fucking stupid. Let's talk about it. AI is fucking stupid. Anyway, so YouTube, if you see this, hey, I'm uploading this to YouTube, but hey, fuck you guys. Anyway, week 2, Monday. At 7 a.m., Amai and Taro Yamada talk by the school gates. Amai tells Taro about a big sale happening at the plaza and convinces him to visit the sale at lunchtime, to give him free sweets. After going through the school gates, Amai gets a phone call from her mother and runs to the eastern side of the school and answer it. Sorry. I'm like trying to read this and everything. After going to the school gate, Amai gets a phone call from her mother, runs to the eastern side of the school entrance to answer it. After the phone call, she walks back to her locker to change from her outdoor shoes to her indoor shoes. At 7:15, Amai leaves her book bag in classroom 2-2. At 7:21, Amai meets the cooking club members, speaks to them individually, thanks them for agreeing to help her in the bake sale, and tells them their schedule. Afterwards, they go to the home ec room to prepare the food. At 7:30 a.m., they go to the school plaza and start the bake sale. If the cooking club is disbanded, Amai will sulk in the front of it while her remaining friends look at her but still run the bake sale. At 8 a.m., still run the bake sale? Girl, the whole thing is shut down. Why are we still running the bake sale if the whole club, the cooking club, is shut down? Now, why are we doing that? Because it doesn't make sense. We all know what I want to say. At 8 a.m., she walks to her classroom, sits at her desk, and starts her morning classes at 8:30. At 1 p.m. to 1:24 p.m. during lunchtime, she continues the bake sale. No, she will close the bake sale for the rest of the day if her food has been making people barf. Okay. If Monday event has been sabotaged, Amai will ask Taro to try her food, and Taro will like it. If the Monday event has been sabotaged, she, along with the cooking club members, will gather around the bake sale table and try to figure out what went wrong. Taro will show up afterwards at her bake sale despite the rumors, and she has to shamefully admit to him he shouldn't eat her food. Previously, Amai skips her lunch and continues the bake sale instead, but as of May 15th, 2025, she will eat her lunch after her Monday event with Senpai, either sabotage or not, which allows Ayano to kill her with any poison as early as possible on Monday afternoon. After lunchtime, Ayano walks back to class again at 1:30 p.m., participates in cleaning time between 3:30 and 4 p.m. During that time, she, along with the cooking club members, cleaned the home ec room. Afterwards, she continues the bake sale until 5 p.m. Goes to her club with others after it. Okay, Tuesday, innit? It's actually Saturday, June 20th, as I'm recording this. At 7 a.m., Tuesday, at 7 a.m., Amai asks Taro if he knows how to cook, and he admits he hasn't cooked anything in his life. Amai offers Taro to cook with her, though he is worried he'll make a mess. Amai asks what Taro's favorite color is. He says he loves blue and green because they remind him of nature. He also loves the color of cherry blossoms. But when it comes to clothing, he usually sticks to black and gold. Afterward, Amai writes it on her notepad and offers him to make him a black apron so he can be cool and stylish while trying to cook. Cool and stylish. Okay. 7:10, Amai leaves her book bag in classroom 2-2. Sorry, the whole thing just reloaded on me for no reason, as it does with this fucking website, mate. Anyway, let me scroll back down. Okay. At 7:15, she walks to the cooking club. No, that's... where's Tuesday? There it is. At 7:10, Amai leaves her book bag in classroom 2-2, and then she goes to the sewing room to check her notepad about the favorite color of Taro and clothing. Black and gold. She will begin to gather black and gold fabric. She realizes that the fabric she needs isn't in the sewing room, but in the art room. She leaves the sewing room to get fabric, which allows Ayano to sabotage what she wrote in her notepad. When she returns to the sewing room, she double-checks her notepad. If Ayana doesn't sabotage it, she will sew a black apron and leaves it next to her desk in classroom 202. If Ayana sabotages it, she believes that she has gathered the wrong fabric and begin to gather different fabric, pink fabric. She realizes that the pink fabric is also not in the sewing room, but in the infirmary. That unfortunately she can't steal it. Ayana must go into the infirmary, steal that pink fabric that Amai needs, while Nasu Kankoshi isn't looking, and bring it back to the sewing room. Otherwise, she will sew a black apron instead. Once Amai finds the fabric that Ayana brought back, she will sew the pink apron and leave it next to her desk in classroom 2-2. Afterwards, Amai prepares food with the cooking club, goes to the school plaza to start the bake sale. Is she just having a bake sale like every fucking day? I just realized who's on my screen right now. Sorry, I'm watching Criminal Minds, and I just realized who's on my screen right now, and it's Dean Cain. Fuck Dean Cain, you fucking at. I'm censoring the word I just said. But fuck Dean Cain, first and foremost. I hate, despise, don't like, can't stand that motherfucker. And he had the audacity to play Clark Kent and still volunteer to be an ICE agent. Screw you, Dean Cain. Screw you. Anyway. At 8 a.m., she walks to her classroom and sits at her desk. She starts her morning classes at 8:30. At 1 p.m., Amai goes to the rooftop to give Taro the apron. If Ayana didn't replace it with another one, he will thank her for making it and tell her that he can't wait to use it. If Ayana replaced it with another one, he will pretend to say to her that he likes it. Afterwards, Amai eats her lunch at the school plaza before going to her class at 1:24. Before going to class at 1:24. After lunchtime, Amai walks back to class at 1:30, participates in the cleaning time between 3:30 and 4 p.m. in the home ec room. She continues the bake sale until 5 p.m. Goes to her club afterwards. Blah, blah, blah. After it. Yeah, we just have like a whole bunch of opportunities to sabotage this girl, which I feel so bad about. Home ec room. Okay, so Wednesday. We're at Wednesday now. At 7 a.m., Amai asks Taro if he'll join in cooking class. In the home ec room, to which he replies he will be participating but is worried he will mess up. So she informs him that she will teach him a beginner recipe and tells him that she will be there to help him during this time. At 7:10, Amai leaves her book bag at classroom 2-2. At 7:21 a.m., Amai prepares food with the other club members. At 7:30 a.m., they go to the plaza to start the bake sale. Again, because apparently every day they need to have a bake sale. What, they can't keep up the funds for their class? This prestigious ass school, forgot the name of the school because it's not that important. Anyway, sorry. At 8 a.m., she walks to her classroom, sits at her desk. She starts her morning classes at 8:30. At 1 p.m., she goes to the home ec room along with senpai and 5 random students to teach a cooking class of making flatbread. After letting the students in the class start cooking, she goes up to Taro and asks if he needs help, to which he replies he's got it. And Amai will wipe the flour off Taro's nose throughout the event. Amari will walk around the home ec room to see if any of her students need any help on their flatbread. After that, Amai will ask Taro about how the flatbread turned out. If the event is a sabotage, Taro would say that the flatbread turned out great. If the event is sabotage, Taro would say that his flatbread turned out awful. Afterwards, Amai eats her lunch in the school plaza before going to her classes at 1:24 p.m. And blah, blah, blah. You know, she participates in the cleaning time, goes to the home ec room, continues the bake sale, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Thursday, while walking to the school together, Amai and Taro will have a conversation about kitchen equipment. At 7 a.m., Amai invites Taro to a picnic next to the rose bushes near the gymnasium. Taro asks about the bugs being there, and Amai reassures him that there's nothing that would attract them. At 7:10, she leaves her book bag, blah, blah, bake sale. Goes to her classroom, blah, 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 eats lunch, blah, 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 blah. If the event is a sabotage, Tara and Amai would go eat somewhere else due to the insects swarming the bushes. And then, she participates in cleaning time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's just a repeat. Oh, Dean Cain, oh, sorry, I just, saw him on my screen again, and I was just like, Me, fuck Dean Cain. Me and my homies all hate Dean Cain. I literally just got a shiver up my spine. This is not okay. At 7 a.m. Friday, by the way. At 7 a.m., Amai will tell Taro that she has a Psycho Instagram account where she makes cake art and asks him to visit her account, check her art. leaves her book bag, starts a bake sale, walks back to her classroom, and eats lunch, blah, blah, blah. After lunchtime, Amai walks back to class at 1. Yep. At 5 p.m., Amai goes to Tara's locker, leaves a note asking him, yep, it's the whole thing that she will confess. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, task. Description of the favor from Amai Odayaka. Amai Odayaka wants 10 people to taste test her macaroons. She left them in the fridge at the home ec room. Grab the macaroons, hand them out to 10 people, report back to her. So that's our task. The topics that Amai is negative, positive, and neutral towards are as follows. She's positive about cooking, clearly, art, gardening, cats, and family. Negative, she doesn't really like the occult, she doesn't like video games, she doesn't like anime, she doesn't like violence, she doesn't like gossip. Which, girl, you could still like anime and video games, just pace yourself, you know? Like, I would be playing Stardew Valley all the time, but I don't. I'm literally working my butt off. There's just a bunch of stuff, you know? Like, I don't... It's like, don't waste your life like that, girl, Miss Girl. Miscellaneous, her favorite song genre. While Amai doesn't listen to music to avoid distracting herself when cooking and following recipes accurately, she will listen to something gentle, like bossa nova. Bossa Nova. I said that weird. Bossa Nova. Sorry. According to an old Site-based account, Amai mentioned that she used to listen to acoustic indie folk. Okay. Videos and TV shows. She watches cooking videos and cooking shows on TV. She used to watch anime, but stopped after realizing that anime started to dominate more of her life, suppressing her and distracting her from developing her cooking skills. On her old Site-based profile, Amai said that her favorite movies were romantic comedies. Skills, as is obvious, yes, Amai can cook and bake. Is skilled at identifying edible and inedible foods. She can also do meal preparations in the latter situations. Amai can also sew clothing, like the apron for Taro during the second week. Favorite food, Amai's favorite food is unique pastry that her mother prepares. While it doesn't look impressive, it's the taste what makes Amai's favorite. The taste is also nostalgic, reminding Amai of her early childhood. Her mother makes it for Amai's birthday annually, which is a chocolate eclair cake that her mom makes, which is subtly different from any other chocolate eclair cake because her mom has a unique recipe for it. Collection, Amai would collect cupcake themed fashion accessories. iPhone, if Amai had an iPhone, she would have the third latest model. Orientation, on her old Site-based profile is stated that she is straight. See, that's why I think he watched my videos, guys. I'm just kidding. Imagine. They're all lesbians. They're all lesbians in my heart. All of them. Like, you can't tell me any different. Anyways, I would read her relationships, but I just realized how long this video already is, and I'm not trying to keep you guys here, like, at gunpoint. Anyways, her relationships, not important. Not important at all. So let's read her trivia as the last thing. Her name is a play on words, clearly, because all the names in this fucking game are just play on words and shit like that. Anyways, her name is a play on words. Amai, sweet, and Odayaka, gentle, calm. If mixed, it will mean sweet and gentle. Me pretending to be shocked. Drew Bozo said on one of his Twitch streams that the president's name was Japanese for sweet muffin, that this would have been Amai Muffin. When asked if the name was serious or not, Drew Bozo stated Amai Muffin is her real name. Should be taken seriously. This ended up being false as of the 28th of September 2016. Her official name was revealed to be Amai Odayaka, staying true to only the Amai part. Juzo Bozo later stated that he was originally joking when he said her name was Amai Muffin, but was glad Yandere kept the Amai part. There's also a Japanese name, Amai, which consisted of kanji, A meaning sub, second, or Asia, Mai meaning dance. Okay, you guys can... Yeah. Ryoba's postcard in the second week hints at eliminating Amai via burning. However, it is not officially confirmed yet if the story mode revivals will each have a canon elimination method. In 2017, Yandev said that Amai's reason for being absent in the first week was she was sick. This was changed, clearly. After beating the game, the player will be prompted to try the Amai challenge. Had no reward for completing it, and was implemented solely to let players experiment with the game mechanics and see what could be different between the weeks. It was first implemented in December 22nd, 2020 build, and lost most of the functionality on March 15, 2024. As the work on Amai's actual week started interrupting it, it was removed In May 1st, 2024, build once Amai's actual week was released, the player was given 1 day to beat the challenge. Amai and the other cooking club members were operating a bake sale and at the school plaza. Many students' routines adjusted to make it harder to eliminate and dispose of Amai's body, and the incinerator was out of order. Out of all 2020 X rivals, Amai ranks number 4 in academic knowledge. In terms of intelligence and general knowledge, her rank may be slightly different. Among the 2020 X rivals in pureness, Amai is ranked in second place. From all the 2020 X rivals, Amai is most likely to support the LGBTQ plus community along with Mujakina. In an email, Yandere Dev said that if Maya wasn't Japanese, she wasn't in Japan, she'd be in France. Before May 1st, 2024, the player could not talk to Amai. The initial release of Amai was an experiment on whether or not it would be acceptable to release the model. Jan Dev feels unhappy with the quality level of it, doesn't wish to do that again. He stated he learned one thing from implementing Amai's week is that Rivals Week should involve more interactions than just the bare minimum with the relevant characters, and plans to give both Amai and Kizana more interactions with other relevant characters. She was born on May 1st. Okay, that's it. That's it of her thing. Yeah, Yandere Dev, you should be unhappy with how your game is turning out because it's turning out garbage, and I'm surprised that you have not given up yet completely. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all the good stuff. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think of my redesign, because I think I did a fucking splendid job, I think I did a fucking splendid job. But yeah, I will see you all in the next character that I redesign, because I don't know what it is going to be right now, who it is. Anyways, I love you all, and I'll see you all later. Bye.